What is going on, guys? And today I'm going to be doing my review, overall review of the whole season 3 of New Frontier. So before I start doing that, guys, if you do enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you are new to my channel, and let's get right into the video. So right at the beginning, guys, I do just want to say that, remember, this review is all my opinion. So, if you do not agree with what I'm saying, then, I'm sorry. This is all my opinion. This is what I think and how I feel about season 3. So overall, I do want to give the season a solid 6 out of 10. Nothing higher, but nothing less, because overall, it was a good season, but it wasn't as good as season 1 or 2. Now, season 1 was amazing with Lee. You were so attached to the characters, and then you were sad at the end when Lee died. It was just a great season. And then they brought season 2 with Clementine being the lead from season 1, which she was the side character. Season 2 is amazing. And then we come to season 3, A New Frontier, and it just honestly, at least to me, it didn't really fill that spot of season 3. I don't think that they should have called A New Frontier season 3. I think this should have just been like a, extra thing for The Walking Dead. I don't think this should have been a official season. I think they should have just kept calling this like a introduction to Javier's character. I don't think this is deserved to be called season 3. I don't think A New Frontier deserves to be called season 3, just because season 1 was all about Lee and protecting Clementine mainly, and season 2 was a 100% about Clementine. How she's gonna live now without Krista and without Lee and all that. She was meeting all these new people, and then she came back with Kenny again. And in season 3, they just completely cut those storylines off, and they're just like, here's Javier. You have no idea who he is. Enjoy it. And then he's the main character. That's another thing I want to talk about. I don't like how Javier was the main character. Now, of course, now that I'm done with A New Frontier, I do enjoy this character. I don't want him to die anytime soon. I do like his character. It's just I don't like how they made Clementine such a big thing in season 2, and in season 3 they just introduced this random character named Javier, and we're expected to actually care for this character. Now that I'm done, though, I do care about his character. So let me actually state out the good stuff of this season. So one being Javier, he had a decent storyline. I did like what they did with his character. His storyline with Kate and Gabe, trying to raise Gabe the good way, then not David was raising him the bad way. And also that other storyline with Javier and Kate trying to hide it from David, but then they eventually tell him in episode 5. I did enjoy how they did that. And another thing that I did like about the season was Clementine. She was a complete badass this whole time. I don't think those almost little to none scenes where Clementine actually needed that much help. She has gone through so much stuff in season 1 and 2. She's just a complete badass, and I loved what they did with her character. But there was something that I didn't like about her character this season. I will talk about that in a second. And then the last thing, which I only have 3 things that I, majorly liked about the season, was that it was somewhat interesting. Now, of course, I go back and play season 1. That was completely, amazing. Season 2, even more amazing than season 1. And then season 3, it wasn't really that, interesting. Of course, I enjoyed it. I was into the story. I was into Javier's storyline. I was into Clementine finding AJ. But it just, doesn't really... I wasn't as attached to the game as I was for season 2 and 1. Now let me talk about the bad stuff. So the first thing that I didn't like is the character development was honestly pretty bad. Now if you ask me, Javier's character, he had a pretty good character development. Clementine, we don't really need character development for her because we already know everything about her. But I'm talking about Kate, Mariana, Gabe, David. I feel that they just introduce these random characters that we have no idea about. At the beginning I didn't really care for them. Back when Mariana died in episode 1, I didn't really care because I knew nothing about her character, so I wasn't as attached to her. I was just oh, this sucks, I guess she died. So I feel that throughout the season they could have made it a little bit better, because the way that they were playing it off through episode 1 and 2 and throughout to the end, they made it seem like we should have already known who these characters were and actually cared for them. But me, I honestly didn't really care that much for them. Of course if they died it would be sad, but I didn't really care that much as I did for season 2 or 1. Also, I hated the way that they killed off Kenny and Jane. I don't like how they made their death such a big thing in season 2 ending, and then to come to season 3 and they're just killed off in a 10-minute scene. Kenny dying because of a car crash, and then Kenny couldn't get up and Clementine had to leave them there with the zombies eating him. I thought that was honestly really stupid. the end of season 2, they made it seem like season 3 was going to be this huge thing where, you know, you leave Wellington and you stay with Kenny. You know, everyone was like, okay, let's go, we're with Kenny. Season 3, you know, they're just like, nope, Kenny's dying, sorry, sucks to be you. And then Jane, she finds out that she's pregnant with most likely Luke's baby, and then she's just like, nope, I don't want to do this, I'm gonna hang myself, and then she's dead. And then Clementine goes on to shoot her. Like, I thought that was like really stupid. Like, why would you waste so much time for the season 2 finale, but then just have it mean basically nothing for season 3? I did not like that whatsoever. And then the next thing, which is like big, which has been like the one of the only reasons that I've stayed playing New Frontier, was AJ. But you know, if you did not play episode 5, well, now you're gonna know that we do not even see AJ like once in A New Frontier. Like, yes, of course we did see him in flashbacks, but those are flashbacks. That's not present day. We would like to know, you know, what's up with him. You know, what's he doing in present day. You know, if he can actually like talk like normal. Like, I know he said a few words in that one word, Clementine, back in episode 4 or 3. But, you know, like, we need to know what's going on with him, because end of season 2, he's going to be this huge thing of season 3, but then they're just like, nope, A New Frontier took him. And then once we found out where AJ was back in episode 4, I thought that was going to be one of the biggest things of episode 5, you know, us trying to get AJ back from the McCarroll family, but, you know, we didn't even see him once in present day. And then we had the after credit scene, which I uploaded to my channel yesterday, of Clementine going after AJ, and then she's saying, I'm going to find you, AJ, and then it says Clementine's story will begin. Now, I will be talking about that Clementine's story will begin thing. You know, I will be talking about season 4 in another video. And the final thing that I did not like about this season was that Clementine was not the lead. Now, of course, this isn't really that big of a deal, because I do like Javier's character, but back in episode 1, when I first started, I was like, okay, you know, I was like trying to rush. I was like, are we going to play as Clement? Is it going to be a 2-player thing, meaning that, like, I was hoping that it was going to be where you play Javier for like a few minutes and then you go to Clem, you know, like it goes switching back and forth. But they did not do that, and then they had Javier the whole, like, lead for the whole thing, and then Clementine was sort of a side character. Now, once I got past like episode 3 or 4, I didn't really mind that much, because I do like what they were doing with Clementine as the side character. They didn't like leave her, you know, with like no storyline. At least they gave her something to do. But I do hope that once season 4 comes out, I hope Clementine is the lead again. Like, we need her back as the lead. Season 2 was amazing. Season 1 was amazing. Season 3, not that much. Like I said earlier, it was a 6 out of 10. But it could have been better, which is all I'm trying to say in this video. Season 3 in New Frontier could have been way better if Telltale, you know, wasn't lazy, I guess, and if they actually worked hard on this season. It could have been way better. Alright, guys, well, that has been my review, or rant, whatever you want to call it, of A New Frontier Season 3. Remember, guys, this has been all of my opinion, so if you do not agree, don't go down in the comments, you know, hating on me, because this is all my opinion. This is how I feel about Season 3. If you don't agree, then just tell me in the comments, you know, what you thought about the season. But, guys, that has been the video. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.